consider microdosing cocaine as a means of healthcare treatment? I'm going to guess that you probably answered no in your heads. So why is it any different with marijuana? I'm Kelsey Cowboy, and after researching for the past couple of weeks, I'm here to explain to you why legalizing medical marijuana is not a good idea. First, I'm going to go through what medical marijuana is. Then I will continue into how it affects today's youth, which is you, as well as its consequences and how we can take action. Let's get to it. What is medical marijuana? Let's start with the second part of that, marijuana. Most people are probably familiar with what that is, and that's a drug which is illegal in a majority of the country as of right now. It's extremely popular in today's culture. You could walk into any Urban Outfitters clothing store and find clothing that has pictures of the marijuana plant on it. Or you could walk into any high school and find students that came into school that day intoxicated by pot. Jeffrey DeSimone of Yale University says it is the most widely used illicit drug and that is powerful, giving the user psychedelic effects that are more complicated than those with alcohol or cocaine. So then what is the difference between this and medical marijuana? Nothing. Medical marijuana is just using smaller doses of the drug mixed with other chemicals to supposedly treat health problems. This can lead to problems with kids. With all of its popularity, it has a strong effect on the youth. When states make it legal to use medical marijuana as a means of treatment, it means easier access. And easier access leads to an increase in use. Kids in middle school and high school may not have a need for a medical marijuana license, which looks like this, but an older adult might. These younger kids are willing to blow their savings and their allowances on weed that's sold to them by people that do own one of these. Christian Thurstone, Shane Lieberman, and Sarah Schmeech, who all work for either the University of Colorado Denver or the Denver Health and Hospital Authority, performed a study on adolescents about marijuana. They found that out of their study participants, 48.8% of them obtained marijuana from someone with a medical marijuana license. This is dangerous. In the Journal of Studies on Alcohol and Drugs, they performed a study on adolescents in school and how marijuana affected their education. They found that frequent users of marijuana had the lowest high school grades and had more behavioral problems. Young people who don't have health issues that call for the help of medical marijuana are getting their hands on this drug. Our brains are still developing, and as young students, we should be concerned. Medical marijuana has several consequences. As of now, it tends to have a good reputation because there are no reported cases of overdoses from marijuana. However, just because we can't overdose doesn't mean it doesn't come with other issues. When I say the word abuse, what is the first thing you think of? Maybe you think of physical or emotional abuse from parents or a partner, or animal abuse. When I searched the word abuse on Google, these were the first 3 images that came up, as well as many images much like these. Do you think of drug abuse? This was one of the consequences of having access to medical marijuana. In a study that investigated the relationship between states that allow medical marijuana and their residents, written in the book Drug and Alcohol Dependence, they found that in states that allowed medical marijuana, the residents more commonly used medical marijuana, so much so that they depended on it and even abused it. Also, like other drugs, marijuana causes harmful side effects. Larry Malerba, an expert in holistic medicine, says it decreases motivation, stunts emotional growth, causes confusion, anxiety, panic attacks, and on the rare occasion, it can trigger psychotic states like schizophrenia. These side effects are already dangerous to play around with. When adolescents are involved with the use of marijuana, it becomes even scarier. Not to mention, the drug could be used as a gateway drug, leading individuals to want to try stronger drugs. Jeffrey DeSimone of Yale University says that a majority of young cocaine users originally started with marijuana. Additionally, he says that the euphoria feeling that marijuana gives usually decreases with time, leading the individual to try other substances. The dangers of medical marijuana are very possible. Here's what we can do as a community to help make sure that it doesn't get legalized. To help stop the legalization of marijuana, we need to work together. The first step you can take is educating yourself. Make sure to keep yourself updated on the latest findings on medical marijuana. know the harms, and understand why we should steer clear of it. Secondly, vote. As a democracy, we can choose who we want working for the government and who we don't. Find out who is for legalizing medical marijuana and who isn't, and use your voice. Third, don't give in to society's new norms. As popular as this drug is becoming, it doesn't mean it's okay or safe to use. Every day, I pass billboards promoting the use of the drug in multiple stores which sell marijuana products. It can be easy to give in and to be curious. However, we have to work even harder to combat those thoughts. By taking these 3 important steps, we can help to keep ourselves and each other safe. To conclude, with it bringing more bad than good, medical marijuana is not the answer to our health problems. We should work together to help keep each other safe, especially for the youth. Before I go, I'll leave you with one last thing, a quote from the famous Edgar Allan Poe. I have absolutely no pleasure in the stimulants in which I sometimes so madly indulge. It has not been in the pursuit of pleasure that I have hurled life and reputation and reason. It has been the desperate attempt to escape from torturing memories, from a sense of insupportable loneliness, and a dread of some strange impending doom. Thank you.